Okay, Mikaela, let's just take a look at a couple swings here. We'll just kind of compare it back to before. Um, you can see, posture at the start here. Just compared to when you're playing some pretty good golf, you can see how the shaft angle just looks like it's a little bit lower, right? Hands are a little lower. The other one looks like we're up. Maybe that's where the club face is staying, possibly a little bit open too on some of these. Even though our shots were going to the left the other day, that might have to do more with the lack of motion going through the ball, but then you start moving through it well, and we start to see it going right, okay? So I definitely maybe play around with the shaft angle. Maybe you lower that, a few more degrees, right? If you look at here, and we take a look over here, you can see there's about 4 degrees, less right there, right? So it looks like we're just starting to get up too high, maybe a little bit too stiff, right? Yeah. So I'd definitely maybe play around a little bit with that. Just lower the hands a touch, change the shaft angle, and that should help a little bit with that position. Now, when we took a look at the swing, it was starting off where it was moving a little bit to the inside, right? Here, we saw a club face in a much different, or club head in a much different position there. If you're leaving here to hit balls or anything like that, go work on that takeaway again. Get it feeling somewhat comfortable. And then if we look, the hands are right out in front of the body. Here they're getting back behind the body. Now we're going to over-rotate the hips, right? Good position up top. You can see the little difference in the hip turn and the spacing between the knees, right? Coming down into it, we're definitely on a little sharper angle before coming down into those. And even what we saw in here. Now the good news is that we're coming from the inside of the ball each time. Okay, I didn't see it out to end really on anything, so I think we have to watch the finish position a little bit. You'll notice lower body. There's just no real lateral movement over towards the target, so then the hands tend to take over, and you can flip the club face closed a little bit too, and hit some shots to the left. You can see the finish position you're in. We went back out, and that's kind of where we started. So I definitely hit some shots too today where you're just really working on letting that right leg move through, right? So you'll notice here now we're starting to get a little bit more of that hip motion. You can see there's constant motion with the right leg going towards the target, and you can see from a finish standpoint, a much different look, especially in the back foot. So let's come up with our game plan. We're going to change the shaft angle to help with our posture. We're going to work on our first move a little bit, and we're definitely right here going to make sure that we start to get going through the ball. So break your practice up into those chunks. So if you're out there for half an hour, I'd do 5 minutes focusing in on takeaway. I'd do 5 minutes on lower body, and then start hitting regular shots. Let's see how it goes, okay? Last swing that we made over here, we took the shaft angle, and we actually believe we moved it down a few degrees there compared to where we were at the start. Yeah, like, almost 5 degrees difference right in here, right? And that can also help with the release of the hands as well. And you can just see how tight the wrists look there then. Yeah, you hit down on that nice. And you got some of your distance back, and you can see definitely a full finish, going through there again. Watch this full speed. Watch this one full speed. Not a lot going on there, right? Okay, definitely a little bit more oomph with that one. So see how that works out. You can always send me a text or something tomorrow. If it's not working out on the range, maybe we can try some other things. But I think that's probably most of it has to do with it. Like, you can see the change in the distance from the ball. You can see the difference in the tilt and stuff too, and it changed the overall shape of the swing. So